Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is another dog related one where I make a wooden raised bed. The majority of this bed is made out of wood and polypropylene webbing. My first attempt at making this bed I made 2 years ago and my dog loves it and he still uses it today. The only difference is that the strapping on it has stretched a little bit, so it's got a slight bow in it, but I pulled them pretty tight to start with so they still don't touch the floor, and it just means that he gets a little dip to lay in. It's also pretty strong. It's had 2 dogs on it at the same time, as well as a dog and my husband, and it still hasn't broken. The ones in the video today are slightly smaller than the one I made 2 years ago, and I'll put in a couple of pictures at the end so you can see the size difference. The first one I made was all black strapping, and then for the second one I made, I decided to add a different colour in there, so it's got some black and green, so it makes a sort of checkerboard pattern, which I thought was quite cool. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let's go and make a bed. The wooden frame was made using a mitered corner, so this is a corner that's cut on a 45-degree angle, and I got my husband to do it because he's more accurate than me. To colour it I used a dark oak wood stain, and this is a paint sprayer that I bought. It is the Wagner paint sprayer, and it was a bit patchy only because I ran out of stain. When it came to gluing up, I used the Tight Bond Original Wood Adhesive Glue, and I found that it's a pretty strong glue. The jig I just bought offline, it's really handy. It's got 4 brackets in the corners and you can tighten up that strap and it pulls everything nice and tight until the glue has dried. To just reinforce the corners once the glue was dry, I put 4 screws in to just hold them together and then countersunk them a little bit. Later on I use an upholstery tack that I've cut the end off of just to cover it like a cap. To give a little bit more strength to the frame, I just add a little corner bracket on the inside with 4 screws. When it comes to starting the strapping, I like to have them all pre-cut before I start, and I also singe all the ends to stop them fraying. To attach the straps, I just use a Stanley staple gun, and I put 2 staples on each strap to hold it down, and then 1 more to just tuck in that extra bit of fabric and keep it out of the way and make it look a bit tidier. The trick to doing the strap the other side is to pull it as tight as possible because it will stretch over time, so the tighter you can get it in the beginning, the less of a dip it will create when it does. I also find it's quite helpful to cut the strap a little longer than you need, then it gives you a little bit extra to grip onto when you're trying to pull it tight. Once you've done all the straps one way, you then need to do them the other way. I attach them to the end in the exact same way and then just weave them all the way to the other side. So over, under, and then I alternate on each strap. so just double check before you staple it on the other side that you've got the pattern alternating correctly. Once you finish those straps, you could just leave it like that, but I quite like to add little upholstery tacks onto the end of each strap. It just gives it a little bit of detail and it gives it a really nice look when it's finished. And you can get them in all sorts of different patterns and colours as well. The last thing to do is to attach the feet. Now these feet come in 3 different options. One of them comes with no attachment. The second one comes with a wooden spigot, which is the one that I am using in this video here. And the last one comes with a threaded bar, so you can screw it in. After using both the spigot type and the threaded bar type, I do prefer the one that screws in. Again, to glue the foot in, I'm just using some more of that Titebond wood glue, and then I clamp it for at least 12 hours just to make sure it's definitely all dry. Once the glue is dry, you can unclamp it and the bed is ready to be used. Here's a comparison of the bed that I made 2 years ago and the bed that I made in the video, just for a comparison on size. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!